What's up, guys? Here's another video. I've been thinking about doing this video for a while, ever since I found out about this deal. So this video is basically going to be about, or just to kind of inform, if you didn't know, that there's an awesome deal on Amazon where you get 100 test strips of these Tetra Easy strips for $31.99. That's a really good deal. Now let me explain why that's a good deal. So if you go to Petco, let's say you need to do a water test and you don't have it. Let's say you're new, even if you're not new, let's just say you need some way of testing your water and you don't already have something, and you're like, well, I have to go buy something. So I'm gonna go to Petco because that's what I have nearby, or PetSmart, and I'm gonna go see what they have. What they're gonna have is they're gonna have something similar to this bottle of Tetra brand Easy strips, and they're gonna give you 25 pieces for about $18 to $20 plus tax. Not too bad. That's okay. It's about $1 a piece. Or they're gonna have, if you don't want to spend that money, they're gonna have an API little small pack of test strips with only 4 test strips in them, and it's gonna be $8 plus tax approximately. Now this depends on what part of the US you're in or what state you're in and stuff, but here in California, Southern California, that's what I've seen. Petco and PetSmart will vary a little bit in price as well, but they're going to be pretty much the same thing. Petco will offer the Imaginarium test strips, which is, I think that's their brand, and I don't know anything about those, so I wouldn't even bother buying them. So you're really down to that 4 to like 25, piece bottle, I guess would you say. Or you can go on Amazon, and the same deals are on Amazon, maybe a little bit cheaper, but there's also this deal, which I found probably a few months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I found this deal, and I realized it's a good deal. Actually, I think it's been longer than that. And when I first found this deal, I think it was $27.99. So it's been going up and down in prices, and that's just how Amazon goes. It's not that it's Amazon doing that; it's the individual seller or a company that is selling on Amazon. If you guys know how Amazon works, it's a person selling that. They could be anywhere from just their house to actually have a warehouse full of stuff. So they determine what price they want to put it at. But this is the only seller that I've seen that sells the 100-piece kit or 100 test strip bottle, and they sell it for a really good price. I mean, $30 approximately, right? For 100, that's really good compared to 25 test strips for about $25. So if you guys need it, this is a really good deal. I mean, this is a no-brainer for me. Now, I know there's the API Master Kit, and I'm not gonna get into like which one's better, the API Master Kit or the test strips, but here's how I can put it so that you can kind of get an idea how I feel about API Master Kit versus Tetra Easy strips. So I have a family member who's 13 years old. He's trying to get into fish, and he's actually gone into fish pretty hard. He has like 3 tanks now, and at one point he was like, why my fish dying? And you're a teenager, you don't really want to listen, you kind of want to just learn on your own. So I told him, you want to test your cup water or whatever. So he finally wanted to test his water. So imagine trying to get into a teenager's head, or anybody who's new, or anybody who wants to learn on their own, or just in general, try to explain to somebody, in order to test your water, you have to bring out this little mini chemistry kit to find out if your water's doing okay. They're going to be like, okay, I guess I'm going to test my water like that. 3 drops of this and 2 drops of that, and what color is this? Does this match? It's kind of more, it's not as user-friendly, I guess, or beginner-friendly. Now, again, I'm not trying to fight anybody. I'm not trying to, argue with anybody which one's better. For me, it was way easier to explain to this person, get one of these, dip it in the water, swirl it a little, look at the reading, match it with the back. You can't see the back right now because it's in the back. But you match it into the color chart they give you, and you have a good idea of what's going on with your water. There's been many YouTube videos shot where they put the API Master Kit versus the easy test strips, and it's pretty much they're neck and neck as far as like which one's more accurate. They're just there. They're right next to each other. I haven't seen somebody that showed like, whoa, the Tetra strips suck. Unless maybe, you could get a bad bottle. Maybe it got wet in transport or something like that. It could be, or maybe the master kit, one of the beakers broke. So to me, if it's almost the same situation, I'd rather just dip it. Like, imagine if you wake up in the morning, you're about to go to work, and you see your fish acting funny. You're like, I only have a little bit of time to figure out what's going on with my water. Should I call out sick and figure this out, or let me just bring out my chemistry kit, my test kit, and start mixing waters? Or should I just dip a little test strip in there, and it's way easier for me? Again, just for me. I'm sure if somebody gave me a master kit and I used it, be fine. I've used it before. It wasn't my master kit, but it was someone else's, and I just realized, well, it's cool. I just don't want to do the whole get 4 vials of water and drop some drops in there and drop some drops in there. I just don't want to do that. I just want to do dip, read it, and I'm done. So if you guys are interested in that, Amazon has an awesome listing right now. Again, I don't make anything out of this. It's just a heads up. It's a good deal. It's a pretty good deal. $30, 100 test strips. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, especially considering how much Petco and PetSmart's going to charge you for something less than that. For the same product but less amount. So I would definitely give that a try, guys. Also, I wanted to take a moment to give Corvus Oskin a huge thank you. He shared one of my videos, and I think that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. I can't believe he watched that video. It was a video on the Sarah O nip tabs. I think that was, I don't even know what to say with that. That's crazy. That's awesome. But thanks for that, guy. And yeah, so hopefully this video is helpful to anybody trying to, I'm always trying to find a way to validate my spending. And I don't want to seem like I spend too much money, I guess. So if I could get away with $30 for a ton of test strips compared to that same amount for way less, then I'll do that, So that's my video right now. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. I mean, if you want to learn how to use this, the instructions are in the back. They're pretty easy. Again, still compared to the master kit, it's still pretty easy. So basically, let's just go over it really quick. You want to do the fresh water, right? Because you're doing freshwater fish. Let's just imagine you are only. It's just saltwater and fresh. Which, by the way, the master kit does. There's 2 different kits for master and 1 for fresh. I'm sorry, 1 for salt and 1 for fresh. So you switch to this one right here, to this chart that says freshwater. You dip your test strip, which looks like this, right? Dip it in the water, and then you get it out. I think you wait 10 seconds, and then you compare the colors. Now this is a 6-in-1 test strip. So it's going to do, it's going to tell you a few things. It's going to tell you nitrates, really good. You need to know that. Chlorine, doesn't really help me, but it might help some of you guys. Hardness, that's good. pH, that's really good also. Nitrite, you need to know what that is. And alkalinity. I mean, if you want to go more in depth than that, then yeah, there's other tests out there that'll tell you exactly what hardness your water's at and all that stuff. But this gives you a rough estimate. I mean, I use this for a lot of things. Like I needed to increase my my GH and KH, I guess, for guppies and stuff. So I knew I needed to do something about that. So I started, getting wonder shells or whatever, using some tap water and some RO water, and this would tell me like you're kind of in the ballpark now. And I introduced guppies and they're fine now. So I mean, for me it works. I mean, for all I know, it could be that I'm just a dummy and I don't know what I'm doing. But I've been using this for a long time. It just so happens that there's a good deal now. Again, I have to stress that if you see this video in the future, that deal might not be a thing anymore because of Amazon. Sellers drop off, or they increase their prices, or they just stop selling that item. Like I said, at one point they sold out of this. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the 100 test strip. So like when that the 13-year-old family member that I was talking about a few months ago when he started, he wanted to get some of these, and I was like, yeah, here, just I'll go to my purchase history on Amazon, and I'll find it there, and then I'll send you the link, and you can buy it. Turns out when I sent him the link, he opened it. It was there was nothing there. The only thing they had was used, which is like weird. Nobody's gonna buy used bottles of this, so they was basically not available. So he ended up waiting and bought just a few of the. He bought the 25 count at PetSmart. He spent a good amount of money, but he needed it, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, if you need this, or let's say you don't need it, but in the future you might, just get one. Get a 100 count. I'm not sure if you can find this anywhere else. The 100 strip bottle, you might be able to, but I just know Amazon is such a powerhouse that, like, it's almost like, well, why wouldn't I just buy it there? And I know you could probably buy from a local pet store and stuff like that, but look, some of my local pet stores want to sell an API master kit for $35. I know that I'm supporting the LFS, but I mean the API master kit is $20 on Amazon right now. You know, that's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, so I'm gonna post the link in the description of the video. Maybe you guys buy it, maybe you guys don't. I don't get anything from it. I don't get a kickback. I don't get anything. I just happen to inform you guys. If, for all I know, you guys already know this and you're like, this guy's an idiot. How does nobody know about this? Well, maybe people don't know about this. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Later.